Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer. Now, tonight, the title of the show is KREE8, but with fun spelling. I really like it personally because one of the most important things I feel like I've learned in my life is that the world teaches us to conform and compete when a much more relaxing, fun, jovial answer is to individualize and create. So, that being said, thanks for listening. For anyone who's joining us for the very first time or any time at all, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. Um, the first time there's no charge for readings, but going forward after that, it's $10 per card, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month. So, again, thanks for being here. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
It's so great to have you. Thank you all so much for being here. Happy Monday. Great blessings to you. This is for more harmony. I light the incense for more and greater harmony. So I'm going to go right into the group card tonight because it goes in with the theme of the show, which is KREE8. Ken came up with the spelling KREE and the number 8, KREE8. But it's the sacral portal. It's the base chakra, right? Which is that vibrant carnelian orange. It's a creative power. It's like the sun. And right at the base, but what it symbolizes is creativity, intimacy, and inhibition. So I know, Marilyn and Abby, when you came out, this will be kind of a little bit of a review for you, but I had to go over it for myself because it's been over a year now since you were here to attend this seminar, and that neuroscientist was talking. So we've all heard about the left brain and the right brain, but that's a little bit simplistic. It's actually more to do with the default mode network in the brain. The default mode network is when you're not focused, you're just maybe daydreaming, maybe thinking about, the best meal you ever had, or thinking about, gosh, what's summer going to be like, and you're just kind of lackadaisically, just kind of being, but then, and that's called the default mode network. Then you've got the executive control network. Executive control network means business, and it gets down to business. Okay, it's the business part of the brain. It's the like Marilyn, you're creating a talk, right? You're really focused. Sonia, you're designing your house, right? It is that focused area. Now, what's interesting is these two parts of the brain are like opposing football teams. And can we have the name list up?
Yes.
Good. So this is where you've got the two parts of the brain that never interact, which is the executive control center, business. Then you've got the default mode network, which is just... And do you know what brings them together? Do you know where they operate the most? Before I tell you that, I want to talk about enlightenment. You've met people, or maybe you in the past have gone to like seminars, or you've gone to rallies, and you just walk away really, really pumped. Like, yeah, my life is going to change. they've done studies that only about 1% of the people that go to these rallies actually walk away with actual change, because it goes in but it doesn't land for most people, because they don't have the neural pathways lit up. They don't have the neural pathways built. So it's kind of like saying, let's say it's 1850, the year 1850, and you're going to go, I really want to drive to California. Oh, wait. Oh, there's no roads. Oh, no, wait, there's no cars. It's like you've got to have the roadways, you've got to have the neural pathways to get there, to get to enlightenment, to get to an understanding, to level up. You've got to have the doorknobs. I've used this term before. It's been quite a while, but you've got to have the doorknobs to hang clothes on, right? You've got to have doorknobs to open doors. A lot of people don't have the doorknobs. Now, it's one of the reasons I'm a very big proponent for higher education, right? Learning a skill, learning a trade, and getting really, really good at it, right? And every one of you that are on the show have one of those things. Dawn, you're extremely proficient as a manager and as a trainer, as a yoga teacher. Marilyn Pitts, nurse. John, literally a master of all trades. I mean a master of all trades. You've done a lot of different things. Abby and Marilyn, same as Sonia. So all of you that are on the show tonight, is really important to understand that that's what we're talking about. So getting back to what connects these two parts of the brain, which is the executive control network, and the default mode is your art. The importance of doing art. Think about this. Creating music, playing the piano, playing an instrument, writing a song, paintings. Abby, you're doing the wreaths. It kind of puts you in a different state, and what it's doing is it's connecting the executive control center, and it's connecting the default mode network so that it actually builds new neural pathways. It's actually creating not only what you're creating, whether it's photography, whatever it is, it's also creating these new neural pathways. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight, because this card, the group card tonight, is about manifesting and creating. So Dawn, you're the first on the show tonight. I'm going to go right to you first with this, because what can you do, even if it's just doodling, taking 10-15 minutes of the day and just drawing, or getting Play-Doh. When I used to be in an office, I used to literally get Play-Doh and play with it, and I would create little figures and do the sculpting. You're moving into this creative and harmonious relationship, and when you do art is never frivolous. Oh, the other thing that they've studied is even looking at art can activate and unite those two areas of the brain. So if you're feeling stuck, maybe you're into too much of this executive control, or maybe you're in too much of that default mode. This is art. Do something artistic, whatever it is: photography, painting, sculpting, anything. That's the importance of this. So whether this involves a relationship, a business partnership, how is that expression flowing? Whether it's a creative project, relationship, business project, whatever it is that you're creating, how is your expression flowing? If it's tight, if it's held back, inhibited or restrained, do art. If you're in a question about what to do in a certain situation, do art, even if it's just doodling. But Dawn, this is for you, your creative spirit being unlocked and coming back more to your creative spirit. But it's also Dawn, Marilyn, John, Abby, Marilyn, and Sonia. Okay, it's everybody on the show. If you're just watching, this energy is going out to every one of you, whether you're watching it live or you're going to be watching it later. This is that solar or sacral portal. This is that creativity opening up for you. Follow it. Go with it. Okay, we're good. All right, so Dawn, thanks so much for being here. Now what we do, if you are just watching the show, please, with whatever platform you're watching, say hello. I'm not necessarily going to know who you are, but I'll be able to pull a card for you or do a reading for you. Sometimes I want to stop saying pulling a card, because sometimes it's 2 or 3 that fall out. It depends on what you need. This is about doing a reading. So if you're here and you're watching, say hello in the chat. Otherwise, I don't know that you're here. Kenan, my producer, doesn't know that you're here. Okay. And then I offer, if you need clarification, to call me or text me or instant message me if you need more information on what we're talking about tonight. Okay, excellent. Give me just a moment here. Okay. All right, my dear Dawn. So there you go. You got 2 cards. So this is building your trust, Dawn, and trusting your trust. So this is a business opportunity that will open up to you, a new way of looking at things, a new way of doing things, and you'll get the right partnerships. You'll get the people that you truly trust. But still, if it's a new business, get it in writing. Just get it in writing, okay? The days of the old-fashioned handshake are kind of gone right now. So this is about also getting it in writing, but it's also about working with people that you really love working with. And then you've got the Princess of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. Like how emotionally fulfilling, how important is emotional fulfillment in the work that you're doing? And so I'm talking to, of course, Marilyn, John, Abby, Marilyn, and Sonia. How emotionally fulfilling is what it is that you're doing? How great is that emotional fulfillment? Because the emotional fulfillment is like your spirit. While you're here on earth, you want your spirit to grow. That's an investment for spiritual growth. Because you can't take money with you. You're going to leave that behind. But what is it you can do with the money? What is it you can do is make more money, Dawn. This is more money coming in, more money than you can imagine. Are you in any way, shape, or form free of limiting your allowance of the amount of money that comes in? This is really good. It's clearing a lot. Can you feel that, Dawn? You can feel this clearing. There's a lot of great stuff around this. okay, in clearing that. There's something with flying yoga. Is that what they call it?
The silks, yeah.
With the silks, there's something done with the flying yoga. Aerial yoga. Aerial yoga. Yeah, Kennan's looking it up for me. And Kennan's actually done it. There's something with that. That it's important for you to do that. And when you're flying, it'll help integrate your brain, but it'll help you understand that that's the way you want to feel all the time. Wow, that, I don't know if you can feel that, but that everyone on the show, if you just even, you can YouTube aerial yoga and just watch it, and it's just, that's art, right? And the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and YouTube. Okay? But even watching it at home, watch more of it, watch a lot of it, and see if there's a class around you that you can do. It's really important. Okay. All right, so Marilyn, can you write The Magus of Strovolos? There's a really great book I want you to read, Marilyn. Well, I don't want you to do anything. I would suggest you read, okay? It's called The Magus of Strovolos. I think you'll really, really love this book. I know you will. It was one of the books that helped really change Kenan. Well, it changed me too. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but it's about humans' ability to perform miracles, basically. What else would you say it's about?
Just the level of power that each of our bodies have.
And the levels of power that each of our bodies has. So I think you'll really like it. And in fact, I'd recommend everyone on the show to read it, or at least get an audiobook of it, if you're not into reading. But The Magus of Strovolos and Marilyn, and Abby both, I think this would really help Marilyn, especially it'll give you ideas to talk about. And because some of the experiences are kind of short stories, and you're really good at stories, and it draws people in. But anywhere where any of us are giving greater importance to the default mode network or the executive control network, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that and meld the two? Right? It's like being able to meld the two, and you do that through your creativity. So even Marilyn, looking at jewelry, like, I don't know if you've ever had like a connection or an interest in looking at making jewelry. Or even quilting, like even going back to your quilting that's art, right? It'll help build your brain in that area. But the Magus of Strovolos will kind of give you. And here's the thing. When people buy a book, they go, "Oh my God, I have to read the whole thing." No. What about if you just take a book and you open it to a page and just start reading, and reading maybe a paragraph or two? You go, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. So you back up a paragraph or two, or you go forward a paragraph or two, but you just read that page. Just to even get out of that creative control, that executive control. Okay. So good, yeah. So the quilting is coming back. That is your art. So make it a priority. Just because of what it does and how it helps your brain. Okay. All right, my dear John. So you got two of them. There's the Hermit card, so you honor your downtime. But it's having a willingness. You've got to come out of the hermit mode in order to build relationships or relationship. But this is like a relationship coming in. But call somebody in that honors your alone time, because they honor their alone time. Because it's part of that, like building go to more photography shows. Kind of look it up to see what photography or what galleries have photography here in Arizona. There's some major connection going on there for you, John, in building relationships. But this is also called the lovers. It's not just about a relationship with a partner. It's a relationship with. It's an extended relationship, like a network, like getting more involved in going to photography shows, photography galleries that have photographs. Yeah. Okay. All right, my dear Abby in Maryland. What, Marilyn, is play to you? What is your art? So what I see here is words. Words are spells. It's why they call it spelling. You weave your words, you weave your stories in this like intricate quilt, like Marilyn Pitts. You weave these stories with words and prayers and poems. Marilyn, try haiku. Haiku, haiku, five sentences, right?
5 syllables,
5 syllables,
and then 7 syllables.
then 7 syllables,
and 5 more.
then 5 syllables. And it's a creative mode. So 575. Look up haiku, Haiku. I'm sure you already know what it is, but there's something with this playing and getting people to play. It gets them out of that executive control. But getting them to play, that is such an incredible piece of artwork for you. But your words and how you create words and write talks, that's part of art. Because you're speaking, you're writing, you're imagining, you're using all those areas of the brain. You're going to be doing more of that. Okay, Abby. Who wrote that song? Shot to the heart and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
Should know that.
Huh? I should know that. Oh, Lady Laurel, Bon Jovi. Laurel's on.
Yeah, Bon Jovi.
Thanks, Laurel.
Keep down.
You the rocker. You should know. Okay. Thanks for helping Abby. So there's this Bon Jovi song, Abby, that goes, shot to the heart and you're to blame. Yeah, love, a bad name. Anywhere where you've taken on blame, or someone blamed you for causing them pain. Oh, this is really good, Abby. Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, uncreate that now? This is around the time of 6, 7, 8 years old, where any of the confusion in your family you took on as your own, and that you took on as having caused it. So this is something really powerful for you. It's the ruin card. It's the removing the sword from the heart. Now, this is not conscious stuff, right? This is helping you remove the energy, as we've already talked about the show. It's not just the knowledge, but it's creating the energy to move that out of your field, because it's no longer serving you, nor will it ever serve you again in future lifetimes. Next week, it won't even serve you next week anymore. It's any of that blame, shame, or guilt. People came here to get their own lessons. It's highly inappropriate for them to blame, shame, or guilt anything or anyone else, especially you as a child. And this is removing any and all of that pain that they tried to inflict. Okay. Awesome. All right, Sonia. It's so good to have you on the show, back on the show. This is too funny. I can't make this up. So Sonia, you've got the art card. So literally, this is combining we've talked about this before. Like, you wouldn't have thought that chocolate and peanut butter would go good together, or that pineapple would be good on pizza. It is the oddest combinations, but this is why it's so important for you. It will help you tremendously to do any kind of art, whether it's music, whether it's painting, I don't care what it is. This will help you grow exponentially. And then you've got some helpers. Anywhere where you're trying to take everything on yourself, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate all of that now? Anywhere where you're trying to take on, to prove yourself a warrior, to prove yourself a savior or a messiah, are you willing to drop all that and ask other people for help? They're there. They're on the sidelines. They're just waiting for the word from you, for permission to help you. Allow it. Ask for help. Stop. This is being free of complaining, but asking for help. You know, this is, so just ask for help, Sonia. And sometimes the help can be just in the form of a listening ear. All they need to do is listen to you, and as you talk, you are hearing yourself talk. You are hearing yourself talk, right? The book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Women tend to process things more to be able to hear themselves talk, not for solutions to be solved by a man. Okay, they're just allowing, they need to speak out loud in order to hear the solution or to hear themselves talk. This is that, but it's asking for help, even if it's getting a listening ear. Okay. But things will be working out for you. But get into your art big time. And it could be just simply collecting art. For instance, I see you like maybe getting rid of a couple of properties, using that money to invest in art. Yeah. Ashley, thanks for being here. I don't know if you're thinking about getting a new phone or a new computer. This is upgrading your chips. You're needing to, or like a certain software. You're onto something, but you're needing a certain software to help you create it. Look at that as an investment, and do that. It's going to improve your power. It's going to improve your work. And you're needing to spend a little bit more time in research. And then it feels complete. I hope that makes sense to you. What?
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay. All right, so we got Laurel. All right, my dear Laurel, here we go. I'm glad I was reading your comment about the bracelet. I love it. Yeah, it does. It has amazing vibes. Okay. This is the peace card, Laurel. I highly suggest. I don't know what they call it. It's not really gospel music, but it's. I wish I knew music better. But it's like this soulful, southern, not dark, not depressing, but just a reverberation. There's some kind of reverb that you do with your voice that is so powerful, especially when it comes to spiritual matters. And set your intention before every song you sing, whether it's spiritual, gospel, rock and roll. Set your intention to send those vibrations out through your body to reshape the world. But it's like, you know how Marilyn and Abby are part of Unity. They might be able to hook you up as far as performing. There's something with being able to perform in front of a group of people that are ready for change, like they're right on the brink of it, and your vibration will push them over the edge. And not that you wouldn't be able to do that, at another venue, but there's something about this deep spirituality and being able to sing about it and write songs about it or verbalize it. I don't know what this is. I may have to have a convo with you on this one. But it's peace. It's creating a deep, deep-seated peace. Okay, got everybody tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If we haven't got you, if you're watching, now's the time to say something in the chat. If you have any questions about what I just gave you a reading about, put it in the chat. I'll be able to help you. We have a few more minutes, but we'll wait a couple of minutes. But spreading the joy, absolutely. Thank you, Laurel. All right, so we'll do this again Wednesday night. If you have any questions, call me, text me. Love you all. Have a great night.